I basically said he's a fucking piece of fucking shit. That's right.
Okay. It's the 15-minute morning show podcast. Let's do it.
Yep.
I promise not to curse like I did yesterday.
No, you can curse all you want. We'll explain that in a moment. Danielle is here. Gandhi is sticking around. She's in our Hollywood studios getting ready for her Gracie Awards tonight. How
so
exciting
fancy
is that?
in Hollywood. It's crazy. It's amazing. I'm really excited. And thank you guys for letting me come out here and disrupt things for a little bit to do this. I'm excited.
Actually, she's in Burbank, if truth be told. At least you're not in Van Nuys, some sleazy place like that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Isn't that where they do the
right?
porn?
They do many things in Van Nuys. Or as Scary used to call it, Van Nuys.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Noise.
Scary's here, and there's Scotty B, who has an extra pep in his step today. I don't know what's going on there.
Peppy.
There's Straight Nate, and of course Garrett's here. And here we go. Okay, so I missed the podcast yesterday, but apparently Danielle wanted the world to know how she feels about Diddy.
What Nate said, all right, all we're going to use this platform for is to tell everyone how we all really feel about Diddy. So I'm like, wait a minute, we can actually curse here? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, wow.
Well, because yesterday she stopped herself, no less than half a dozen times from saying, this idiot.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you can't say that on the big show. But this little show here, you can say it.
The little show. Maybe that's why it's a little show.
So I honestly thought that, like, it didn't get posted.
A lot of the comments were Danielle said what I've been thinking all weekend long. I agree with Danielle. I go Danielle, more cursing.
I wish I could hear it.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is.
Where your podcasts are sold.
Yeah. Make sure you listen to our podcast from yesterday.
Is it on the iHeart app? Yes.
It's on the iHeart app and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wherever you get your podcast, Danielle.
You think we should know that, Elvis?
Well, we do.
We do.
We do. You
We
don't.
don't listen to
you
our,
can think of a
but we don't
platform-
listen to our own podcast.
You don't?
If you could think of a
No,
platform, it's
what?
that.
You
We don't
listen
have
to
to-
the podcast?
Absolutely.
I never listen to the podcast.
Why would you listen to it? You were part of
We're
it.
part of
We
it.
did
To
it.
give
You're
us a
living
couple
it.
extra little hits.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Thank you. Well, thank you for doing that.
I guess that makes sense. I guess he's right. We should listen to it because it would
Well, you
give
should
us
at
hits.
least like, subscribe, and rate, right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Please do that.
Okay.
So what exactly, can you paraphrase what you said about Diddy yesterday?
I basically said he's a fucking piece of fucking shit. That's right.
Okay.
All right. A lot of people agreed with you. I mean, you were watching a lot of the comments, right, Garrett?
Yeah, no, that and it, just like I said before, everybody pretty much agreed with everything Danielle said, and a few people were turned on based off of the cursing.
Oh, turned
Oh,
on.
hey.
Yesterday Sheldon was listening to every single thing you could possibly download about Diddy and like all these interviews and all these people that have been in his lives. And I'm in my closet like putting clothes away. And every time I would hear something, I would stick my head out. See, more reasons he's a shithead. And then I go back in the closet. And 5 seconds later, I come out. What a fucking dick! And I go back in the closet. And Sheldon's like, "What are you doing?"
You're letting it out. You're
Yeah.
blowing off some
I'm
steam.
just giving my opinion. That's all.
That's it. So Gandhi, what's your day all about in Los Angeles as you get ready for your Gracies?
Well, it's currently 6:30 a.m.
Whoa.
In Burbank.
in Burbank. Yep, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a nap because I did not sleep really at all last night because I decided to go to a Dodgers game. And then I have to get up and do hair and makeup because everything's on West Coast time. So it's going to get started around 4 and have to make sure that we look good, feel good, all that stuff.
Well, good. So you're taking the day off tomorrow so you can travel and not have to wake up at a weird hour, and you're good. You're
And
good.
when-
'Cause
Which outfit did you decide, the orange or the white?
Well, I guess you'll have to wait and see tonight,
Oh,
Danielle.
okay.
I'm going to text you. I'll tell you.
Okay.
it's just really you really want to make that a surprise. Your unit you're going to wear tonight.
I do. And it's funny because I don't think anyone really cares except me.
We
So,
do.
We don't
I
need
think
Gail
you're-
King wearing the same thing tonight, okay?
I don't think we will be. I have a feeling I'm going to be okay and not wearing the same thing as anyone
I bet
else.
you go with orange tonight. My bets
I
are
think
on
it's
orange.
white. I think it's white.
Oh, okay. I like these. I shall text you guys on the side and tell
I
you.
want to hear.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I broke our cardinal rule. You know how whenever we come out west, we always catch the red eye home. Didn't
Yeah.
do it. And I wish I would have because I think that's the only way to fly back to the East Coast is the red eye.
You kill
Otherwise,
a whole day coming back.
and then your sleep schedule's off and all that kind of stuff. But it's okay.
Well,
We're gonna have fun.
Can
I'm
you
excited
change your
about it.
flight?
I
You can always
tried.
do
They're all
that.
sold out.
You know, everyone else they thought ahead. Get me
did.
out of here. Get me
Thanks
back to
a
the
lot.
East Coast. So it is good to go out to LA every once in a while because it is a whole other vibe. Do you miss living there, Nate?
I visited for the first time in 5 years during our last vacation, and there were certain aspects I missed. I have a lot of good friends out there. The weather's always great, but boy, I do not miss the traffic and the congestion and just the number of people. I grew up on the East Coast, so coming back here was like coming home for me. But it was a cool experience. I lived out there for 11 years, and it was the best 5 years of my life. It was awesome.
I like how Nate doesn't like hanging out with lots of people, so he moved to New York City.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, aren't there more people out here?
Well, the good thing here, so like when I started out there, we got 2 weeks of vacation when we first started with this company. Yeah. So I would spend the entire 2 weeks going just to see my family, right? Just to come back home. And then I realized I hadn't had a vacation in 10 years. So here I can at least go for the weekend to see, my family and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, the fact that the sun is shining 360 days out of the year, I mean, it's really hard to, be in a bad mood when you have that kind of weather. And the opportunities out there.
Remember we went last summer, like right for our break? And we spent 2 weeks out there, and we did that, and then we went to Seattle and everything. And the weather was amazing, but I love acting like a total, like, touristy celebrity, like going all the Modern Family houses where they filmed The Office.
Right.
We went on all the tours, the TMZ bus. I mean, this is like I'm total geeking out when I'm there,
Did you ever go to there's the name of the graveyard where all the stars are
Hollywood
laid to
Forever
rest.
Cemetery?
Oh,
Is that what it is?
No, maybe next time.
No, I
And
know
you
it's
see-
something lawn, isn't it?
Yes,
Something lawn.
Forest Lawn. That's right.
Yeah,
Forest Lawn.
where you see Marilyn Monroe is right next to another
Hugh Hefner,
superstar.
I think, or something.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
crazy.
That's so
You see
cool.
all these stars.
It's like the seating chart at the celebrity galas, but for dead people.
Yeah, for dead people.
And for dead people, yeah.
Remember, we cleaned your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame last year.
It
there
needs
was
cleaning
gum on it.
right now. Gandhi, if you don't mind running over there, it's right across from the Hustler store.
The crazy thing hearing you guys talk about all the touristy stuff, I have a lot of friends that grew up out there. They don't do any of that. I would get excited to see the Walk of Fame, or they're like, whatever.
No,
this is
they
just-
go away. Well, it's like us. We don't go to Times Square. I don't.
Exactly.
That is not true.
Or
I
the
go to
Statue of
Times
Liberty.
Square. I love Times Square.
You did. You're such a geek.
I'm such a geek.
Or Statue of Liberty. I've never been to the Statue of
I wanna
Liberty.
do that
I live here, and I've never been to the Statue of Liberty in my life.
Neither have
I wanna do that this
Ellis
summer.
Island.
You have to do
Never
that.
been.
Wait, you
Never.
never went on a school trip to the Statue of Liberty?
I'm from Brooklyn, never left, and I've never been to the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
It was closed when we were supposed to go on our school trip because it was like 86 when they were redoing
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
So my son's going to Ellis Island on a class trip this week, and both my parents just told me this story that my mom's grandparents have their name on the wall because you could have their names put on the wall. Everybody in the family didn't talk, so they put my grandparents' name on there 5 times. So my grandparents' name are on the wall at Ellis Island 5 different times because no one in the family talked to each other.
So now you can find them. It's easy to find.
Oh
them.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, Garrett, speaking of you and your family, we were hanging out with Frank the Undertaker yesterday. He says that your family used to be in the funeral business. Is that true?
Yes, my dad was. My grandfather, my dad's dad, was in the funeral business, and I could have had a different lifestyle. My dad decided to get out because it just wasn't for him. But yeah, I've heard all the stories. He would go with my grandfather to go pick up bodies at the airport. They would be there. When they were embalming bodies and watch bodies sit up in the middle of the night and scare the crap out of people, and they would hide in caskets, and playing hide and go seek, So yeah,
That could have been your life.
that could have been my
But
life.
your dad got out because, well, business was dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who's with me? Waka waka.
Waka waka!
Yeah, hanging out with Frank the Undertaker is great because he always has stories to tell, and you're like, oh my gosh,
Wait,
the
is this
things
one of
that happened.
Scary's friends?
Because he has a name in front of a name.
It's one of Alex's friends. He also had Uncle Johnny. He had Drunk Jimmy,
Yeah.
Reptile Matt.
Reptile Matt,
Yeah.
And even Johnny was Johnny Poole.
Yeah.
Right?
and Johnny Poole, and also, but Frank the Undertaker. We called him Frank DOA. He's pretty funny. Actually, to be very candid with you, he came to visit us yesterday and brought Uncle Johnny's ashes.
Oh wow.
Uncle Johnny's ashes.
Where do you
there you
have
go.
them, if you don't mind us asking?
I sneeze. They're everywhere.
No,
I don't know what
stop.
happened.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that best of? It was maybe 10 years ago. We were talking about ashes, and the one woman called up and said she put it on her Sunday sauce, and then they had
They
had
ate-
it. Yeah,
They ate it. Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
Well, we have Uncle Johnny's ashes, and we're going to have a big party this summer.
Yeah.
And we're going to put them in the bay, the Great Bay.
Aw.
I know. Anyway, we're having lunch outside yesterday, and we had the bag of his ashes. The table for 3. Oh, table for 4. our Uncle Johnny's down here joining us.
Isn't that funny how they get, because my grandfather was cremated, and so when we went to spread his ashes, it was in a bag in a box, and I'm like, I feel like it should be in a slightly more secure container than a plastic bag inside a loose cardboard
you got to
box.
pay for that.
Well, you got to pay for that.
That's how they make the money.
I'm
Big
sorry,
money.
Some Tupperware?
Did you get
Tupperware
him like
works.
Did you get him like a little urn thingy for it?
We have some stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like when they sent me our dog years ago, Boomer. He is like in a Big Mac container. Remember the old
Yep.
styrofoam ones?
What?
That's literally what it was.
Well, you didn't pay for the box. That's why.
I bet that I didn't know what to do. I
We
just
have
paid.
a little box for George, and it says George's name on it, and I have it. I put him on the bed every now and then in his favorite spot because I said
Aw.
he wants to sit here. So I put him
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
gonna
bed.
give him something. I'll give you.
When we were going through Uncle Johnny's apartment, he has ashes from all of his dogs,
Wow.
ashes from his ex-boyfriend. I mean, he's got lots of ashes.
Wow.
And his wish is he wants them all thrown into the bay so they can all be together in the.
I have
bay.
a question about ashes.
Yes.
So when they put you in and you come out, how do you know that you're not mixed in with somebody else's ashes?
You
Like,
don't.
Do
You
they
don't. You
clean it
probably
out
are.
every time? Like I'm just
What's it-
curious.
No.
What's that, Gandhi?
You probably are mixed in with some other dust.
You could be.
Yeah.
Really?
I think some of them. It depends on the systems they use. It was explained to me. I can't remember, but they do pulverize at the end because otherwise it'd be just chunks of bone.
Yep.
Oh, what do you mean pulverize? Like beat you down and then stick you in?
No, after.
Well,
No,
they
after.
burnt you to death anyway. You're done. You're dead.
This is such a morose conversation.
No.
It's reality, though. This is what happens.
I mean, Garrett's dad could probably be a good guest on the show to talk about what they do.
Oh yeah, and I mean the creepiest part though is when you're watching a hearse pull up to the funeral home and they unload the body. That's the creepiest part for me. Like I haven't seen anything else. I've heard stories, but that's the creepiest part for me.
Well, there you go. What else do you want to talk about?
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Nice job.
We're
Are
close.
we done?
We're a little
How
stiff.
long's it been, Scotty?
12 minutes. We're good.
More
Yeah,
death.
let's-
More death.
Let's talk about death and bodies and pulverizing burnt bones. Have a nice day, kids.
Bye.